Hello, good morning. Our topic for today, the episode is it's all about class observation syndrome. When teachers teach the observer, not the students. Welcome back to Teaching Unfiltered, the podcast where we talk about the real experiences behind the classroom door. I am Lay, and today we're diving into something many teachers secretly fear, the classroom observations. But more specifically, something we like to call class observation syndrome. That strange phenomenon where a perfectly normal classroom suddenly becomes, well, not so normal the moment an observer walks in. And suddenly the teacher is speaking a little bit more formally. The lesson plan becomes 10 times more complicated, and students are wondering why today's class feels like a Broadway performance. Let's define it first. Classroom observation syndrome happens when teachers change their natural teaching style because they know they are being evaluated or observed. Instead of teaching the way they normally do, they try to deliver the perfect lesson, sometimes adding too many activities, complicated strategies, or unrealistic pacing. And ironically, this can actually make the lesson less effective. Absolutely. Think about it. A teacher who normally has great interaction with students might suddenly become overly structured, overly scripted, or even nervous. Students notice it too. Some students become unusually quiet because they see another adult in the classroom. Others suddenly behave extra well, like angels who just discovered classroom etiquette for the first time. It's almost like the classroom becomes a stage. And the teacher becomes the performer. The students become the supporting actors, and the observer sits in the audience taking notes. But here's the problem. Teaching is not a performance. It's a dynamic interaction between teachers and students. When teachers feel pressured to perform, they might stop taking natural teaching decisions like slowing down to explain something or adjusting the lesson based on students' responses. Let's talk about why this syndrome happens. First, there's the fear of evaluation. Many teachers believe one observation could influence their career progression. Secondly, there's the pressure to demonstrate multiple teaching techniques in a short period of time. Yes, sometimes teachers try to include group work, pair work, presentations, technology, games, and assessment all within a 40-minute class, which can feel like educational speed dating. And another reason is the traditional observation culture in some institutions where observation are used more for judgment rather than professional development. But observations actually have the potential to be extremely helpful if they're done the right way. So instead of asking, was the lesson perfect? Observer could ask, what did the students learn? Or what strategies helped students engage? And teachers should feel comfortable teaching a normal lesson, not a show lesson, because the goal of observation should be growth, not perfection. One interesting idea many schools are trying is peer observation. Yes, where teachers observe each other not to evaluate, but to share ideas and learn from different teaching styles. This can reduce anxiety and make observation feel more like professional collaboration. So, if you are a teacher listening to this and you have an observation coming soon, here's a small reminder. Teach the students in front of you, not the person sitting at the back of the room with a notebook. Because at the end of the day, the most important audience in the classroom is the students. Thanks for listening to Teaching Unfiltered. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a fellow teacher who has experienced class observation syndrome. And remember, great teaching doesn't happen because someone is watching. It happens because someone is learning. See you in the next episode.